Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimeron, and today we're going to try to figure out what in the world is Scathe. This is going to be more like a preview of the game, as it doesn't come out for another almost a month. This game releases on August 31st, and it is developed by Damage State Limited. I wasn't able to find much on this developer. I believe this might be their second project. There was a play game that was listed under the portfolio, but I couldn't find much information on. They're a UK-based developer, and it is published and also provided by WITWI, which is also a UK-based publisher. And fun fact, it was founded in May 2011 by David Darling, who is the former founder and CEO of Codemasters. It just gives you an idea of how old Codemasters is and their legacy. It's a pinnacle of a UK publisher and studio. So I had a fair decent of expectation of this game. I'm not a huge fan of bullet hell games, but this game has made me reconsider after playing it for a few hours and kind of digging through and seeing what this game is all about. Now, before we jump into the gameplay, as usual, we gotta check out these settings. So we're gonna go in the gameplay settings here and see we got face wipe, we got difficulty, we got vibration. I don't like the face wipe feature, so if you have it enabled, or enemies only basically means off, you have to press F occasionally so you can wipe all the blood from the screen. It's a cool gimmick, I guess, but it's not anything that I want to keep doing all the time. You got the hit points and everything. HUD, FOV slider is here, which is awesome. Head bob, I have it at minimum. Gibbs amount, I don't know what Gibbs is, the amount and in the world, but I believe it might be the coin or the experience that you get. I'm not quite certain. So that's it for the gameplay settings. We have control settings here. You can change the sensitivity. Obviously, because my DPI is so high, I had to drop it down to 0.2, which is a good setting for me. And then you got key bindings that you can change. I've changed a couple of the key bindings, but nothing crazy. You got some video settings here. The resolution is weird because if you set it to full screen, then the ultra wide goes away. But if you set it to borderless, it doesn't matter what the resolution and aspect ratio is here. Officially, there's no ultra wide resolution available for this game, but setting it to 4K or like the maximum resolution possible, which is what I have it here, and then to borderless, theoretically the game should adapt to what your aspect ratio of your monitor is if you have an ultra wide monitor. Like I said, if I set it to full screen, it will not be ultra wide anymore. Resolution scale is 22%. I'm not quite sure why this is not at 100, but there you have it. Dynamic resolution is off. Looks like some changes might have been changed after the latest update. I don't believe the game is fully developed yet. I'm sure there's going to be a day one patch that enables some things, but I'll get to that more in the gameplay showcase later. Vertical sync is off because I have G-Sync enabled. HDR is available, but you also have NVIDIA DLSS, DL anti-aliasing reflex, which is enabled, and then NIS, which I'm not exactly certain what NIS is, so I have it off. And then you got the graphics quality here. You got processing quality, which I believe low is off for Unreal Engine. View distance, I would like to have an off display there just so I can confirm that. AA quality, VFX quality, shadow quality, texture quality, all that good stuff is there. The only thing missing is the depth of field. I mean, the post-processing should not be bundled. Depth of field is a post-processing setting. But motion blur, depth of field, chromatic aberration and all that stuff is... Chromatic aberration, I believe, is present in the game. I haven't turned it off yet. We'll verify that in a second here. Audio settings, we got separate sliders for everything. It's pretty cool. Master volume, music volume, dialogue volume. There's not much dialogue. Sound effects volume, music on and off, subtitles. The music is pretty bad in this game. I don't like it. And then you got the credits here. And that's it. So we're gonna go into home. You got a wiki. There's a lot of weapons. I haven't found any besides the one of the weapons, and I don't see it here. But the spells are also not there. Okay, there are the spells. So the demon souls is what you select to do your spells. I don't see the other weapon that I've unlocked, sadly. I hope it's still there. You have a demon section here. That's a lot of demons. Again, I've discovered a lot of them. The game, for some reason, doesn't seem to save that information, which is really weird. I'm sure that's going to be resolved on a day 1 patch. Hopefully, I'm not sure. And let's set up a game. Now, this is a pre-release preview, so there's not going to be any multiplayer that I can find. I've tried. It's nearly impossible. So I'm going to go single player. My save slot here, I've been playing for about 10 hours, which is a long time. I've uncovered 77 runes. I have one of that, whatever, I can't remember what that is. It's a super rune that you have to find, basically. And why is there so much head? Oh, wow, I forgot how fast this game is here. So, here we are, Scathe. This is an arena mission that I'm going to be playing at. Obviously, I have to kill 120 demons. As you can see, the mindless ones do not offer too much trouble. You have unlimited ammo on your primary weapon. It is a all weapons have 2 types of firing bullets that they can do. This one has the basic machine gun type for the primary one, and then the secondary option, the right mouse click, is going to be that grenade thing that fires out and explodes on your enemies' faces. As you may have seen, I wasn't able to adjust the difficulty yet. I'm sure that's going to be coming in the future. I just froze those guys there. This is my secondary weapon that I've unlocked. It's kind of a shocker weapon. If you right click, you're going to be releasing a chain lightning that attacks, stuns all the enemies nearby. Not quite exactly stuns them, but it does, let's see, it does limit their movement and everything, so it almost does them. I'm kind of at a loss of words here because I'm trying to remember how to change my spell, because I have the freezing spell here that I'm using, and I want to use the one that actually kills all of the enemies present on the map at the moment, and I just died, and I used a life. I usually don't die, but commentating and talking about the game and playing at the same time is kind of difficult, as you might imagine. So right now I'm kind of sucking in this game, but I promise you I'm a little bit better than what I appear to be right now. There's obviously health pickups in the game all around. This is if I recall correctly, if you die on that, it will last for the entirety of the stage. So let's see. That's a power-up that you pick up. It gives you a little bit better vision, distinguishing the enemies from the environment, and you're a little bit faster, and also you take a little bit less damage if... Oh, yeah, no, actually, I discovered what this is. So when I first did this, I thought, hey, that's great. I have the power-up forever now. Because if you die while you're on the power-up, that's a little bit of a bug here in the game, you keep the vision, but you don't actually keep the speed boost and the damage reduction. So while you're on this mode, you don't take any damage. Just keep that in mind. Nice. I actually switched to... I thought I did. Never mind. Oh, you have to press... I need to remind myself. Okay, let's go back into the settings here. It's been a couple of days since I played this game. Controls, key bindings. Let's see. Secondary fire. Right button mouse. Next weapon. Next weapon alternative. Okay, so it's E. And let's see. Nope, that's for the main weapon. Nope, we want the controls. Why is my mouse gone? That is weird. Let's see, secondary fire, next weapon, previous weapon, Hellhammer, weapon 2, 3, 4, Thunderbolt, weapon 6, cast magic, toggle magic, Q. Okay, I was pressing Q, and that... Okay, so now I'm on the fire one, which is good. No, that's the wrong... I can't see because of this fucking chromatic aberration here. That's the healing one. I think this is a fire one. Yeah, it's red. Nope, that's... still... This is the ice. Anyway. There's a few different spells though, so on my left hand you can see I'm wearing a ring. And that ring is for the magic that you can perform. The one I'm looking for is a fiery one that actually kills all of the enemies present on the map at the current moment. And that significantly reduces the enemies that you have to kill remaining. So the problem right now is that I died while I had the skull on, the power-up, and I have this blurry-ass vision for the entirety of this mission, or until I actually beat it, and move on to the next area. There we go. The one thing I don't like about this game for certain is the audio design is fine. It's just the music selection is very lacking in my opinion. It's not that heavy metal rock that you might be used to if you are a Doom fan. There's another game that is another bullet hell game coming out pretty soon that has a really incredible soundtrack, and I was actually... No, that's the heal again. This is the fire. Isn't it? No, that's the ice. Let's see. There's no sprint. You can actually only dash and damage some of the enemies. At least I can actually distinguish the enemies, which is still something. I like that quake sound there when the rockets hit. When they land. Here we go. Gates are now open. I killed all the enemies. I am going to proceed to the next mission. But from what I've understood with the game is you have to actually try to collect all of the runes. And I haven't been able to do that with this mission here, because I cannot for the life of me find that last rune. It took me a while to find the runes that I found already, but it is fairly difficult to find the rest of them. And it's also very difficult to find new weapons, from what I've understood. So, if we look at the map here, this is the stage that we're in right now. This is the temple. Okay, these are the temples. Each area is a rune that you kind of go to, and then you can navigate. So, from where I am right now, I can either go back, and this is the... Where's the entrance here? This is one of the temples where I actually collected all of the runes. This is another one. So I've done it in a few of them, and I've come to the realization that that's not the way to unlock new weapons. I haven't quite figured out how to unlock new weapons yet in the game, but I've figured out that it's not the runes. I'm not quite certain what the runes are for, in all honesty. This is red. Alright, let's go in here. This is probably red. I'm going back. And this is basically essentially the game. You run around different arenas, and you have to make your way into the area that you're looking for. You have to clear out all the enemies in some of the cases. Like in this one, I actually do not like this one, because it's more of a maze if anything else. And I think they may have updated the game a little bit to make it more difficult, because this is not how I remember this stage, and I've actually played it twice. You got some flying enemies here, which are annoying, and they only get more annoying every time you battle them. They're pretty easy to kill. This one will come at you when you damage it sufficiently enough, so keep an eye out. I'm sure these guys are going to be running onto me here. And now you can, from this point on, you can kind of see the lack of enemy variety that I was talking about. The flying enemies are just those helicopter people there that you can see. The balls that are running onto you when you damage them enough. The flamethrower guys, I believe it's only about 5 or 6 different enemies, thinking off the top of my head, so it's nothing extraordinary. It doesn't actually rewrite any wheels. You got these balls that are annoying as fuck that are running onto you, and if you kill the enemies close to you, it will damage you, and your health does go down quite easily, actually. Let's kill all these enemies, which is nice to have that power up. Got some health, only 25. Not much health. And it's gonna be killing the same enemies over and over again. Now, the one thing that Doom has over this game is a lot more experience in development, as well as a lot more enemies, a lot more weapon variety, easier to get weapon variety. What I think this game is lacking is a little bit of a sense of direction. I understand the desire to kind of do things in your own way and not be having your handheld while you're playing these games and kind of discovering things for yourself, but this is a little bit too much freedom in my opinion. Sure, once you figure out that, hey, you gotta beat this, it's kind of arenas, it would have been nice to see if they're gonna go the arena style like a lot of these games are going for. It would have been nice to see them implement a power-up every time you go into a new area. Oh, there's a fucking turret. I hate the turrets. Come on, die, bitch. There we go. It would have been nice to see you get a power-up, you get increased speed or increased fire rate or increased damage, and then it stacks up, and then the enemies become harder. That would have been quite impressive, actually, to have seen. There's an extra life there, and then you jump, you dash, and you pick up the life. I only have 1 life left. This is my last life. If I die, that's gonna be game over, basically. So this is an exit here. If we look at the map, this is an exit I've already discovered. So what I should be doing then is trying to find more routes, because there's this large area here. I heavily suspect there's going to be a hidden pathway that I can take somewhere that I can actually access a new map, because it's not linear in the sense that, oh, you can only go one way when you enter a stage and you progress through the game. Actually, you have to discover all of them. A lot of stages have more than one exit that you can take to enter a new stage. So you have to make sure that you explore sufficiently. So this is a 2-level level. And I want to actually explore the main level first before I go down, and I can see a rune and another exit down there. So we did discover a rune and an exit. How the hell do I get there? Actually, I have to go down maybe. Let's see. Kill this guy here. I'm running low on health, so hopefully I don't die. Yep. It's gonna be kind of tricky to find my way across there. Maybe I have to get up on this. The enemies seem like they don't stop coming. Eventually you will have killed all of the enemies. Oh, here we go. Oh shit. I need to get out of there. Let me grab this rune. Collected a rune. I cannot use my magic, or can I? I shouldn't have used my magic because it just killed all of the enemies. Let's see if we can actually get to where we're trying to go without dying. Kill these guys, that's good. Anyone behind me? No. Very fast-paced gameplay. It is enjoyable. I just wish the audio design had a little bit better music. I'm not a huge fan of the music. So I collected this rune, and I think there's only one more rune. I just don't know where it is, and I don't really want to risk it by going to explore, because I only have this 1 life yet left. So I kind of want to take this exit, because if we can look in the map here, I haven't gone to that stage yet. It's only the first time here, so we're gonna go in there, and hopefully it's something cool. It's probably a boss fight. Nope, it is not a boss fight. So looking at the map here, yep, so this one connects to this one. I'm sure, as you can see, there's probably more. So there's 3 runes here. I don't believe this one had any more. I actually thoroughly explored this one, and I could only find those 2. But maybe you can find them if you've unlocked another adjacent one. I'm not sure exactly how it works. It's kind of like this one here. It has 3 connections. I wasn't able to find any on this one, but the main thing that I wish that they add to this game is a little bit of a fast travel feature. Maybe you use some kind of resource to fast travel. So for now, if I want to go back into the entrance, guess what? I actually have to fight my way through all of the arenas to go back into the entrance. And I believe in the entrance is where I found the weapon that I unlocked, and I'm not even sure how I unlocked it. So I would like to see some kind of fast travel feature, because being stuck in here and then having to do all these guys to get back down here, it's kind of a pain in the ass, honestly, and you might die on your way there because these guys do a lot of damage. So that's the preview for Scathe. That's basically all it has to offer. It's a repetition of enemies, a very fast and fun gameplay. Admittedly, the music is not my favorite. I would have liked to see more of a heavy metal Doom-like music, which would have been a little bit more fun. This is very repetitive and very monotonous in the end of the day. It does get a little bit tiresome to be hearing the same audio design music. It's still fun. As you can see, I put a lot of hours in this game trying to figure out how to actually play it, and I do enjoy it. I'm sure if I go back here, I might unlock a new area that I can go to. It's just, I'm already here. Do I want to make back all the way? Like, this is not fun to me. If you've beaten a level, I think that you should be allowed to actually travel back to it. Or let's say you find all the runes, you can go back to it whenever you want. That would have been a nice feature to have. So, kind of a balancing thing. I don't know, this is my 2 cents. I'm gonna wait for the full release, and I'm gonna make another video if a significant amount of changes take place in the game. If it's basically the same thing that I'm playing right now, I'm not gonna bother making another video. But I will be leaving a Steam review on my Curator page and the product page, so yeah, that's it for Scathe for now, at least. Hope you found this one useful, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.